costs get forever, more so batteries. First off, I want to say thanks very much for your guys' support. Really appreciate you guys subscribing, liking, give us a thumbs up. Like I say, it really means a lot to us, and we appreciate that. Just wanted to say that at the beginning, but thanks again. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to improve the airflow and the performance, hopefully, of the bike. Now, there's a bit of controversy that I'll get to in a bit, but first off, I wanted to mention that what we've done on this side of the bike is we've improved the exhaust of the bike, made it all free-flowing. As you can see, I've got the Tech Bike parts 2-in-1, so there's no catalytic converter in the pipes at all, which there is on your stock pipes. There's catalytic converters. On the Tech Bike parts, there's no catalytic converter, so it's straight free-flowing from the cylinder, from the piston, all the way out the exhaust. So now what we've got to do is on the other side of the equation is the inlet side of the bike. We've got right now stock air filter, stock snorkel, so when the air comes into the bike, it has to come around this side cover and then go in. So that's the first sort of issue, getting air into the bike to make it run more efficiently and cooler. The thing you want to do is have the air going in as smoothly as possible with less restriction, and exiting the engine as well. Those are sort of the keys to the performance of the bike. Now, as you can see here, the snorkel, or what they call the snorkel, is this air filter cover right here. It's got one inlet on this side, and that's it. So the bike doesn't really breathe as freely as it could. What we're going to do is we're going to change the filter cover from the stock one, to this one. Now, one of the guys on the Enfield site printed this up for me. Shout out to Mad Matt Designs. Printed this up. I just painted it black because Mick told me to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the stock cover right now. Alright, so I've got the stock cover off. As you can see here, the air goes through and then in this way. Now on this one, without this plastic cover, of course, it just breathes straight freely and straight into the air filter. So this will mount up and go there. So what you can do if you want to, you can use, I've heard of guys just using fender washers, 3 of them there to hold the air filter in, or you could also throw some heat to this and this cover will separate and you can pull this cover right off, and basically you'll have the same as this. If you know somebody that's got a 3D printer, the designs are available online. Just search 3D printer. I forget what the file is called, but you can find a file and just print it yourself, or you can buy them online, or eBay or wherever from your motorcycle place. So now this is the stock air filter. Now, as you can see, this filter is quite clean. I have just about 5,000 kilometers on this bike. So in those 5,000 kilometers, that's as dirty as the filter has gotten. I don't recommend replacing the filter with a DNA K&N filter, the washable air filters. My reason being for that is, I'll try and explain, and I'd appreciate any comments afterwards but just hear me out. So now this filter, if you look, has a ton of pleats. Now I've done a bit of a rough count, and there's approximately 60 pleats in this air filter with the paper filter. In a K&N or a DNA one, there's about 35, 36 pleats. Now if you were to take all of this filter medium, stretch it out, of course, with 60-something pleats, it'll go quite a ways. So you have quite a large surface area that the engine can breathe through. On the DNA K&N filters,
with there being 30, 35, 36 pleats, your surface area that the engine is going to breathe out of is quite a bit less. Now, the other issue I have with those aftermarket filters is the way this engine breathes, or the filters air, is the air goes in this way and then into the airbox and then into the engine. Problem with the washable filters is you've got to somehow be able to wash inside the filter. It's not on the outside that you need to wash, it's the inside, because that's where all your dirt is. Now, if you take one of these filters, the stock filter, and say a brand new K&N DNA, alphabet filters, they probably breathe about the same. But at the end of, I'm guessing maybe this will last for 10,000 kilometers in my application. At the end of 10,000 kilometers, I just take this out, throw it away, replace it with another one. The K&N DNA filters, you have to clean. Now, I've seen them advertised for around $60 for a K&N filter or a DNA or a BMP, whatever, all of the washable filters. So if you can pick them up for $60, then you have to pick up a cleaning kit, which is another $20. So you're looking at around $80 for your lifetime filter. These ones, I've seen them online on eBay for as low as $53 for a pack of 6 of these from India, or $60 for 10. So roughly $10 a filter. That lasts 10,000 kilometers, and when you go to replace it, you have a brand new, totally clean air filter. The K&N DNA filters, if you're going to have to wash those and clean those each time, I don't think you're ever going to be able to clean them, because as you clean them, dirt will build up. Another problem that I foresee with the oiled air filters, or the cleaning air filters, the permanent air filters, is that dirt builds up. Time after time after time, it will accumulate in there, and you'll have a very difficult time cleaning all the dirt out of the K&N filters. So your filtration ability will diminish as time goes on. Every time you clean it, it may look clean, but you're still going to have some dirt in there, some residue. So by the time you hit 50 or 60,000 kilometers, you're going to have dirt in there that's impossible to get out. So I know one of the things everybody does is they say, oh, I did the exhaust and I did the air filter. I put in a K&N, I put in a DNA, whatever filter. I think that's a waste of money, frankly. And it may be controversial. People may disagree with me, and if you do, please comment down below. I really wish that somebody like Ryan Fortnine would do a proper comparison between a paper filter and the oiled reusable filters, because I believe that they're not really any better at filtering air than the one that's been designed by the factory, by the engineers, to filter your engine. The other thing, of course, is that this is not a forced induction, so there's only so much air that can go into the motorcycle. You've got a 650cc cylinder, and if it's spinning at maximum 7,500 RPM, there's only so much air that can go through this filter and out the exhaust. It's limited by the numbers. It's rotating at 7,500 RPM, and it gulps 650 cc's of air each time it goes through a cycle. So really, I think that anybody that's buying these aftermarket filters is really wasting their time and money. Now I can see on the exhaust side, of course, because you have catalytic converters, you've got restrictions in there. So you really don't, if you do change your exhaust, it makes a difference. So what we're going to do on this one is, like as you can see, this filter's still clean, perfectly serviceable at 5,000 Ks. Like I say, it'll probably be good for 10, maybe even 15. So it goes back in like so. The 3D printed cover goes on. I'm just going to fix that back in. Now, another thing that I've heard people commenting on the forum is that they put these covers on and then they've removed them because they didn't like the honk. Apparently there's a honk when you use the throttle on these. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. Like I say, I haven't installed this and tested it out yet. But I will supply a sound bite after the video here with it prior to the cover being, the snorkel being taken off, and then after with this filter. As I said, those are my thoughts in regards to there being a need for an aftermarket air filter. I think that the stock air filter is perfectly adequate for our purposes. These aren't racing engines. They're not high performance. There's no forced air induction. There's no issues like that. So really, to save a few bucks, I think this is the way to go. I wouldn't invest in the aftermarket filter. So there's the cover installed. Simple as that. And now I'll put the side covers back on and do a soundbite. Now, if anybody's interested and been following the thread about the raw and rugged seat cover, I haven't forgotten about the request to find out if I can put the seat cowl back on. One thing before I do the side covers, I just wanted to mention to you guys that what I've done is, in order to stretch the cover out some more so that I can try and put the cowl on, I've sort of jury-rigged some more cords here to stretch the leather a bit more to bring the seat down. I've marked here where the bolts will go. So, like I say, I haven't forgotten about you guys. I'm still in the process of doing that, and I'll update the thread once it happens. So just bear with me. Like I say, I'm going to get the bike back together, and I'll do the sound bites. I'd love to see some comments below in regards to the K&N DNA. I know there's a lot of you guys out there that love these K&N filters, and you totally believe them. But I just think it might be a little wrong in this application because of the way the air filter works. So like I said, please comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you've got any scientific data, I don't have anything. I've just got my sort of commonsensical thinking about this. But see if it works. If you've got another way of looking at it, let me know, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'll get the covers back on, and we'll do a side or a sound bite. Okay. With both before and after. I don't notice this honk that people are talking about. You say it's, I don't see any real difference at all in terms of the intake noise. I'll take it for a ride afterwards, and I'm not sure if there's going to be any performance. I don't think there'll be any performance. All I do know is that as it is right now, the engine breathes a lot easier. So the air going in is going in a lot easier, less restriction, and going out is less restriction. So that's basically all I can do on a stock bike. I don't plan on doing any work to the engine. I'm not going to bore it out or do any cams or anything like that. Just sort of improve the minor things that I can. And yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Appreciate your time, and yeah, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, appreciate it. And once again, keep your rubber side down. Thanks again for joining us. Lost Together Forever with Commercial Batteries.